Hi, my name is Yasu, and I live in Japan. And I do Hitorigoto in my channel, which means talking to myself. And Hitorigoto is a Japanese word. And today I'm gonna answer the question, which is hold on. So now you're only taking Dayvigo 5 milligram as your only medication. That's the question. And when I saw that question, and when I was going to reply to the question on the comment section of the video, I was feeling genuinely happy, and I'm gonna also talk about why I felt that happiness when I was answering the question. So the answer is yes. That's the only medication that I take, Dayvigo. And now, actually, not 5 milligram, even better. I only take 2.5 per a milligram per day, and that's the only medication that I take. After all these years, like 2 years and then 7 months, finally, that's the only medication that I take, and then the amount of medication, the dosage, 2.5 milligram per day. That's it. And when I saw the question, and when I was answering the question, I felt a sense of accomplishment, that how far I have come since I started all of those treatment for my depression and then sleep disorder. And for me to actually answer and saying that I only take Dayvigo, back then 5 milligram, now I take 2.5, and that's the only medication. Let's say a year ago or 2 years ago, I couldn't even picture myself actually saying that, reaching that condition, because one of the most difficulties to deal with depression and sleep disorder, for me, it's very hard for me to figure out what medication can have my conditions under control, to be manageable, to feel I am making progress, and how to achieve recovery. And what I meant is that at the initial stage, of course, my body responded to antidepressant positively, which I was taking Effexor. But I kept increasing because there's certain symptoms that it just simply it was not under the control. But eventually, when I hit 225 milligram, that symptom, which is it restored my energy level, and I was really enjoying the benefits of the medications. However, as I increased the dose of Effexor, the worse my sleep issue became. And I was very struggling to figure out what sleeping pill and what combination of sleeping pills can have my condition under control. And every month I kept I came back to the doctor, it just didn't work. He changed the sleeping pill, increased the dose, but it didn't work. And then I kept doing that for nearly like 6 or 7 months, which was really killing me. And by the time my sleep issues became a little bit more manageable, I was taking highest dose of Effexor, um, 2 sleeping pills, also highest dose. So there's a lot of pills every day. And once I have my condition stabilized and manageable, keep it for like 6 months, and then so I got into tapering stage. And of course, whenever I reduced the dose of Effexor, I suffered from withdrawal symptoms, and that disturbed my sleep. And I had to like increase the dosage of sleeping pills, which I lowered initially because my depressive symptoms and everything was stabilized, and I was thinking that okay, I can sleep okay, my depression episodes and everything are more stabilized. Why don't I just reduce the sleeping pill as well? Which, looking back, I shouldn't have done that, because adjusting both Effexor and the sleeping pills, too many variables to control, and it's so hard to identify what causes what. Definitely reducing the Effexor causes me a lot to have a lot of visual symptoms and everything. But what if I kept that sleeping pills, the combination of it, was my sleep manageable even I was suffering from visual symptoms? I had to keep changing and worry about the sleeping pills. Probably I wouldn't have to worry about that much if I didn't touch the sleeping pill. But when I was feeling better with those medications and ready to reduce it, I wanted to reduce the everything, which I don't think I should have done that. But anyway, so there's a lot of try and errors, reducing it, adding it, increasing it. For every stages that I encounter when I taper off Effexors. So when it comes to especially sleep, at one point I was not even sure if I was doing the right things for my sleep, because I kept changing. So I couldn't really establish the benchmark that should I just be patient with my sleep. Eventually my body is going to get used to the current dose or the types of the sleeping pills, or should I just change it? I just kept changing it, and I don't think I should have done that. But luckily, when it comes to Effexor, I was super consistent. So by the time I finished taking Effexor completely, of course, suffered from the visual symptoms, and then managed to get through it with sleeping pills, which I changed it even more. And then now get into the situation that I answer the question, I only take Dayvigo. That's the only medication that I take now. and then only 5, and then now I only take 2.5. It just makes me feel so happy. I think I have done something right, even though I have made so many mistakes. But arriving at this stage in the treatment, I have come here from a long way. So that's why like I was pretty happy when I was replying to the message. Yeah, so I'm gonna have one more final battle, which I will stop taking the Dayvigo completely, and if my body would react as it has been, and most likely it will, once again I will have shitty sleep, but afterwards it should be okay, but we'll see. Because like reducing the medication and then not taking it completely, it's really not the same thing. There's a lot of suffering, and then most likely it's going to take a lot longer for my body to get used to the condition that I don't take any medications. So we'll see. But yeah, I've come to this stage finally. Anyway, please take care of your health, especially sleep. You don't want to lose it if you can't sleep without thinking, without worrying about much. Because once you lose it, you have no idea how to get it back. And I really don't want you to go through the same thing as I have done, because it's just too much suffering. So please treat your sleep really well. Thank you for watching. じゃあね。